So you're suggesting down to there, move base flex, put that in a launch file and run that on the RPi.
Yeah, let me see if annotation still works. Can I annotate your screen?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there it is. Annotate. Okay. So you want to take all this, right? Including this, right? So you want to include that. You
I
want
just
the
saw
map.
something about output there. Output to screen. Just, I don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just logging output.
Oh,
Honestly, you don't need this at all. You don't need these markers at all. Maybe I should have used red there, but now I'm going to use green for things you don't need, right? Because that's all, and that's a simulated, those are just simulated
Yeah.
shapes.
I don't know why I still had that. That's the green box, I think, right?
Yeah, you likely don't need this either, right? Because that's a sim specific package. So I'm kind of squiggling it out. I'm not, and I would just keep these in. I don't know if you actually need them, but can you see, did you see that annotation or did it disappear?
No, it's there on the fake localization for map and GPS, lines
Yeah.
43 and 44, or 44 and 45.
Yeah. So I'm not certain about those. So that's probably something, but if they were needed, they'd run on the RPi.
Oh, those are desperately needed in order to have a, well, those were required in order to get a full TF tree.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. Then keep those and make sure that's on the RPi. And then these run on the RPi. Essentially everything except for Arviz. Arviz can run on your laptop. This can run on your laptop. Right, because that's the one with the screen.
Cool.
Here, let me
scroll.
title this so you can take like a screenshot or something, or add a legend. But red is tractor RPi. Right. Green is delete candidate. And then blue is laptop.
Delete completely from both tractor and laptop?
Yeah, you likely don't need the green markers, right? Like line 54, you probably don't need that.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Mama.
And then ODOM to LLA,
Well,
I
I
think
saw
that's
you.
a simulation specific.
Thanks, Bob. And you flip my keyboard upside down.
Line 46, I think that's simulation specific.
Okay. I'm
So,
going to scroll up a little bit to see if there's anything. Oh, that moved your annotations.
oh yeah, it
Ooh,
didn't
bad.
stick to the screen. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So I'd advise take a screenshot or something for your records.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, that's helpful just to get another whack at it.
But anyways, if we make sure that this works on your laptop, it should likely work on your RPi. So we can go through that process now if you'd like.
Okay, well, step one for me is just to try to get a 2D nav goal working in Arviz. So I think what I'm hearing is a launch file on the tractor, a launch file to start RViz on the laptop. And then I want to get a 2D nav go working on the laptop. Just to prove that, you know, the laptop and RViz can get some output on command velocity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I know you have some other nodes running on the RPi, like your sensor nodes and things like that. I would advise just add it to this launch file that you're gonna create.
And so can we talk about this development branch?
Mhm.
I'm assuming that's the branch that I want to get loaded on my RPi, correct?
Yes.
And so I'm just gonna fire up.
Here, I'll clear the annotation, right? You have record of it?
Yep, I've got the screen print saved.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there, but. Yeah, you can add it. I still.
So
And is what am I looking at here on where your mouse is? Is that your Raspberry Pi?
this is the RPi on the tractor, and as you can see,
Mhm.
I don't have lawn tractor sim on there at all.
Yeah, that's solvable.
And so am I just going to follow the commands that you put in the Slack channel about creating a folder and cloning that in there?
Yeah, well, you don't even have to, you just have to clone it into the source folder. I'm sorry if I was unclear about that. Just while you're at this level, you do git clone the URL, and then -b for the branch, and then you say develop.
Well, with you here, this will take about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's why I suggested the call. I was like, I'm free, so if I can accelerate you, let's do it. No, you do not have to make a directory, Al.
So I'm just going to do git clone.
Yeah, git space clone. And yeah, you can probably just copy and paste that from the Slack. This Raspberry Pi has access to the outside internet, correct?
I'm sorry, Vinny, I couldn't hear you.
Does it have access to the internet? That Raspberry Pi?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Just making sure.
For some reason, I'm not. I think I don't.
Control Shift V probably.
Control Shift V. Now. Aha. It's
Okay.
the scroll wheel. So are you happy with that command?
Yeah, go for it.
My gosh, it's working.
And then CD into that new folder that you got created. It should be lawn_tractor. Yep, and then do that git submodule update.
This one?
Yes. And if you ever, I mean, I know you're really great at documenting, but if you ever get confused, you can always look at the Docker file in the develop. And what a Docker file is just a recipe to recreating that, right? So it says from my base image, and then I did all this stuff to it. Cool. Now,
One more time, what that command just did what?
Yeah, so there's a sub module in this folder called GeoNav transform. And it just got that sub module for you.
Okay,
It basically got that dependency, but it got that dependency from source rather than, how you do a raw step update.
right.
This is a little different. Yeah, so that's what that does. Then can you cd ... /... Basically, you want to get to the base of the Catkin workspace. Yeah, and no space. Yeah, you can just get, yeah.
Is that where
Okay.
you want to be?
Correct, yeah. Then do raw step, that's one word, space update.
That,
Yep,
enter?
yeah, go for it. Doesn't have a fast link to the internet.
Well, it is a Wi-Fi LTE connection. I don't, should be decent, but
Yeah, timed out. Try it one more time. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna time out again. I don't think there are any. Let me scroll through the repo. I'm not even certain if you need to do that. Let me check. No, I think you're gonna need to do that because that has all the. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck here forever manually installing apt repos.
well, one of the issues is this Zoom call and my laptop are connected to the same
Oh,
Wi-Fi connection, so I can do this when we're off this Zoom call.
okay. Maybe. So let's try this. Can you try to do raw step space install, but don't press enter yet. -- from paths
From dash
paths PATHS. Yeah, space SRC. Okay, space -- The screen hasn't updated yet on my side.
nor on my side.
Oh,
Sorry, yeah, that is a
yeah. Well, I wonder what your ping is to your RPi.
I watched yesterday and then,
It's probably really high.
get go. And then,
Yeah, I can see why it wasn't, your planner wasn't liking that,
push the button and he said, as long as you need to.
all that latency.
And then I came home and
so I'm
I.
the buffer's clear now. What's next?
Oh, okay. Ignore. dash src. Okay, go for it. Press enter. Let's see. No multiple packages found with the same name GeoNav transform. Can you ls the source?
Yeah, I have GeoNav transform in my,
Oh, you already have it. So we didn't have to do the submodule thing. Now we'll have to go into the lawntractor and delete it.
you want me to take this out of my Catkin workspace?
No, let's do it the other way because that's the one you know it works. Let's go into the lawntractor. So in your source, then there's like a lawntractor folder probably. Yeah, and then if you double click into lawntractor, you can delete that GeoNav transform. And that's safe because you know we just got it less than 10 minutes ago. Yeah, sorry, I should have asked if you already had it.
Yeah, that is required for the NEMA GPS parsing.
Okay. Wow, this is gonna take a while. So are you back in Texas?
I know I'm in Pittsburgh at the moment.
In
I was
Pittsburgh?
in Texas a week or so ago with my son.
Okay. But you usually live in Pittsburgh, correct?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
home.
That's home. Okay. But the ranch in question that you hope to use this on is in Texas.
It is. But
That's the story I've always heard.
I have a little bit of grass to cut here too, but yeah, ideally it will be, it'll get most of its use in Texas.
Yeah, yeah.
So that looks like that's done.
Okay, so now if you go back to your terminal window, yeah. Try just pressing up arrow and yeah, let's try that. Because now it shouldn't have duplicates. Cannot locate raw step definition for behavior tree. Okay, can you try to do a sudo space apt get install
I'm sorry, sudo what?
apt-get install Ross dash kinetic. Right, you're on kinetic, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Dash behavior tree. And I think there you might have put a space between kinetic and the
I did.
yeah. Yeah. Dash CPP dash V3.
V is in victory.
V as in victory 3. Yeah, try that. There's no guarantees that's gonna work first time around.
Does that all look right?
Yeah, it looks correct. Yeah. And if you want, I can get on my computer and try to figure out what that command will look like. I can spin up a kinetic container and
Failed to fetch package. Not found.
can you do an apt-get update just in case? sudo apt update, apt-get update. Sorry. Sudo.
Oh,
Happens. Loading. And I'm trying to replicate the same thing over here, just to see what that apt-get install is for that dependency.
thanks for taking time out of your Saturday afternoon.
No worries. Still free. I was volunteering at a food pantry earlier this morning, and
Oh,
I'm
that's awful nice of you. How far away from where you were living?
It was in East Village, and I'm in Brooklyn, so you know it was 30 minutes away. Not a big deal.
Do you want me to try that again?
Yes, please try it again. Yeah, it looks like it got it, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, I didn't even have to spin up anything.
My sister ran one of those. She was a director for a small one in a
Oh,
suburb
wow.
of Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
For a number of years. Wow, that was a tough business.
It's so stressful, and I'm just a volunteer, so imagine running it. Like, wow. You know, you got to make sure everyone has their food. You know, you have to have your food ordered, you have to have other supplies, you have to coordinate volunteers. You know, day of, you have to make sure everyone's safe, and
Yeah, you put COVID on top of that.
yeah, put COVID on top of that. It's crazy.
In a big city like New York, you get mental illness on top of all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was not customer, you know, guest facing. I was just bagging groceries, but even then there's such a big pressure to, you know, get the groceries out the door because people are waiting.
Well, you will receive many graces for that. Work.
If nothing else, it just helps me sleep better at night. Not even like mentally, just because I'm so physically tired after doing this shit. Oh man. Yeah, your Raspberry Pi connection is not fantastic, I'll say. And it's probably likely due to the Zoom call.
Yeah, we are stressing it, I'm sure.
I have an RPi hooked up to my Roomba right now. And actually, after this call, I'll probably do some wiring for power. I have a RealSense, and I'm going to power up that RealSense. And I found ROS2 drive. Like nowadays, I'm in the ROS2 world a lot. So I found ROS2 drivers for the Roomba, and you know, I'm driving it around using a joystick. It's fun.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So hey, looks like you got the dependency. So why don't we do a catkin_make? Yep. Go for it.
And we're in the right directory, right? I always sort of never remember my.
Yeah. You're in the correct directory. All right, you get a bunch of stuff pasted. Hopefully there's no crazy errors. There shouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, Al, it looks like you're so close to getting it at least doing waypoints. Okay, so we can fix this. We can do a sudo space apt hyphen get. And a lot of this would have been fixed if we were able to do that raw step update, but it's okay. We'll just do it manually. MBF, no, sorry, Ross hyphen kinetic hyphen MBF hyphen messages. Or
Mary,
Mary Bravo Frank hyphen MSGS.
SGS.
Yeah, and just for your information, the pattern is, the message type, the package it broke on Mary Bravo Frank _ messages. And the pattern is you just make the underscores hyphens and you append Ross kinetic.
So, but I see MBF _ messages config.cmake.
Yeah. If you look the line that could not find a package configuration file provided by MBF messages, that's
okay.
the name
About
you're
that.
making that decision on. Yeah.
Got it.
So that's the pattern the Ross follows. So yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
press enter.
Invalid operation. Ross.
Install. I'm sorry. So up arrow and yeah, okay, you got it.
Instead of apt get, it's install.
Apt get space install space.
I'll fix that.
Yeah. It's always harder to type when someone's looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, well, even if you're not looking over my shoulder, it's hard for me to type. And then we'll do cat can make again.
Yeah, go for it. And once you get this ROS 1 stuff working, it'll be a breeze to get you moved over to ROS 2.
Right.
It really will be.
Oh. There's a warning there. Let's see.
I think we're okay with that warning.
Anything look concerning?
No. Sorry, I was just fidgeting.
Oh, control. Yeah, that'll make it. Does that make it bigger? No.
No, I'm not. It's not getting bigger, but it seems like if it's getting this far, then you're probably on the right right path. Did you guys get that snowfall, the nor'easter?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I was talking about the one this week. There was one this week that I know we didn't get it.
No, it
Okay.
cooled off. I mean, it got down to 36, I think, but no snow.
Okay. Yeah, this morning it was like 40, low 40s, but I don't think we dipped underneath 40. Okay. Hey, looks like it built. So yeah, now you're in business. You have the develop branch, right? You can source your ROS workspace, source your install of this Catkin workspace.
So I'm ready to create my RPi based launch file, create a RViz launch file, try a 2D navgo.
Yeah.
Woohoo. Well, that was fantastic. I certainly appreciate your time, Vinny. That does
Sure.
awesome.
Let me know if you run into any other things while you're creating your launch files. I mean, I think you have the hang of it.
You think I have a what?
The hang of it.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I will hunt and peck until I um, get really frustrated, and then I'll reach out and say, Vinny.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how, if I'm gonna be a regular appearance at the weekly meetings. Just Fridays are difficult.
That's cool. I mean, is there a day that's better for you? I mean, because it is nice to chat with you every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to stop by once in a while. I think the after hours was a little bit better, but
Is it?
even then, I don't want you guys to move it after hours on my behalf. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
we'll stick with lunchtime, and if you're okay with us reaching out periodically when we hit a wall.
Yeah, I'm totally open for that.
Well, I will say that Juan, continues to try to make progress as well. I mean, and if I can make progress, then I can help him along. So
Yeah.
then we'll see where we go. So I can start Arviz then on my physical machine, and I will I mean, Docker was fantastic to do the simulation with, but now with it on the ARPI, I think I'll be good to go.
Yeah, I think you'll be good to go as long, and I think you've already figured out the networking, right? The networking and all those environmental variables, that gets very confusing.
Yeah.
But if you figure that out, then I think that's the rest, that's the hurdle. You might get some weird visualization errors on Arviz. And just make sure you source the workspace. Both on your laptop and on your ArtPi, because a common mistake you'll see is Arviz will say, hey, I can't find the URDF, so I don't know what this robot looks like. But if you source your workspace, then Arviz should know basically what the robot looks like. And I know the robot in Arviz does not look like your actual robot, but
So my URDF file will have come over with the clone that we just did, right? So I shouldn't have that. It shouldn't be missing that.
as long as you remember to source your workspace on your laptop.
For Arviz.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never deviated from the quote unquote standard or the default URDF.
Yeah. But even then, like, you'll see if you come across that problem, just know that there's a very easy solution.
Okay, I'll just remember this chat, and I'll say, hey, Vinny said this might happen.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
Good luck. Have a
Thank-
good rest of the weekend.
Thanks again. You too. Have a great day.
Talk to you later.